Okay, are you about ready to start the show? Hi, my name's Rusty Humphries. We're going to start in about, 60 seconds or so. Make sure you check in. Let's start it up. Let's get the music going. It's Friday. And there's a new scoop from Laura Loomer coming up. Oh, Hillary and Bill Clinton, they're fighting. It's almost entertaining. Well, it is entertaining. We're going to get to that coming up in a little bit. Although you don't want to see anybody have troubles. Oh, Hillary's yapping. Oh, they found some more information about the Bill Clinton, Loretta Lynch tarmac thing. We're going to talk about that in a minute. A congresswoman blasting President Trump's Puerto Rico tweets. I can't talk. Hey, make sure you check in, would you please? Let me know where you're deplorable from. I want to know your name. I'd like to know where you're watching from. So please, comment right here. We're going to get started officially in just a couple of seconds. My name is Rusty Humphries. Let's get this show on the road right here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. Oh, I got to wait till this music stop. Look at this shine. Do, 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 do. All right.
Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. That's a direct order. Do it now.
He's been put down, ripped off, cut open. Now, he's unleashed. Unleashed. The American insurgency starts now. This is Rusty Humphries, Rebellion Radio.
Hello, my brother from another mother. How are ya? My sister from another mister. How are you? My name is Rusty Humphries. And this is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. We are powered by the great folks at Right Wing News. We encourage you to check them out on Facebook. We encourage you to follow them online, rightwingnews.com. Yeah. And what else have we got going on here? We have Kyle that's going to go bye-bye. Goodbye, Kyle. Thank you very much for being here. And everybody else, it's your chance to check in, would you please? I do have a shine going on. So the light, let me try this light on here, see if this helps. Gives me a little bit more. So this is I'm a solopreneur. It means you do it all yourself. One thing I would like to tell you about is the Zona Plus. What is the Zona Plus? They are one of our sponsors tonight. And the Zona Plus is this incredible device that helps you lower your blood pressure. I got it right here. Oh, my goodness. The Zona Plus is a device. They came up with the idea when they were testing fighter pilots. And that's why it's in this shape. Because they found that when the fighter pilots were gripping the joystick, that if they did it in a certain way, it lowered blood pressure. And so this smart device, which means it's got a screen, and you just follow what it says to do, it's very, very simple. And you just squeeze it, do what it says. You do it, it's about 12 minutes a day, 5 days a week. And you're going to lower your blood pressure. And blood pressure is a silent, deadly killer. And it's even worse for women, which was a surprise for me when I found out first. So if you do yourself a favor, go to zonaplus.com, zonaplus.com, type in my name, Rusty, in the promo code area, give you $50 off. It's a great deal. Go there, would you please? Zonaplus.com, zonaplus.com. Other great sponsors I will tell you about. I'm going to ask you to please support our great sponsors. Okay. We got a lot of deplorables here for a Friday. Normally I don't do very long shows on Friday because it's Friday. I don't want to work. You don't want to watch. People got things to do. Would you do me a favor? I'm going to start reading your names in just a second. I want to say hi to all the nice folks watching. If you would please share the video right now, because we have to show engagement, which means you need to comment, you need to hit the thumbs ups, the hearts, whatever. And share the video because we are being squeezed by social media all around the world. Because we're not just on Facebook, we're on a bunch of other different platforms. And it is shocking how these platforms are trying to squeeze out conservative voices. So the only way to beat them at their own game is by you participating. And so they go, well, we may hate what they're saying, but people are paying attention, so we got to get the message out. So please share the video, like the video. Make sure you go to my Facebook page too. It's Talk to Rusty. It's Talk the number 2 Rusty. And if I type it in here, I'll show you in a second what it looks like so you know the right page to go to. And if you would go and like that page too, it would really make I'd really appreciate it. Okay? Well, my internet's slow. It always seems slow on Fridays too. It's like there's always something that's weird on Fridays here. But here's what my page looks like. So you'll know you're on the right one. There's a couple Rusty Humphries pages, but just notice I'm in the blue shirt right here. So you type in Talk to Rusty, Talk the number 2 Rusty, and you'll find it. Okay, let's take a look at who's hanging out with us today. A lot of people today. Thanks, appreciate it. John is, hey, Rusty, John from Arizona. Let's have a good show, buddy. Okay. Kyle says, F you, Rusty. Hey, have a good day. You know what? You have a good day, Kyle. You look like you're a swell fella. And what a shock. A liberal starts right off with swearing. It's just I just can't imagine. Mark is in Upland, California. Glenda's in Texas. Kevin says, go Cubs. David says, Shiloh, Georgia here. Jackson, Utah. Diane is in Medford, Oregon. Another Diane is from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Faye is in Wisconsin. David in Jacksonville, Florida. Gene checking in from Pennsylvania. Mike is in Mentor, Ohio. Jesse is from Colorado. And Jesse, I got to tell you, your girl, why can't I find me a woman like that? That Jesse's girl. Anyway, you probably never heard that joke ever. That's probably the first time you ever heard that joke, right? Sorry, Jess. Marty says, roll Tide. Pamela's in Utah. Cynthia's in Pensacola, Florida. Gail is a deplorable from Maine. Terry's in Oregon. David's in Texas. The other David in Utah. How you doing? Dewey is checking this out. Dewey, thanks. We appreciate it. And we're here every night, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West. I'll get to the show in a second, but I'd like to say hi to folks. I'd like to check in. Kay's from Oregon. Jason says, happy Friday. John says, really, Kyle, that's all you had? That's right. I felt the same way. Jackie is in Owasso, Oklahoma. I have no idea where that is. I mean, I know where Oklahoma is. I'm sure it's a lovely place, though. Jeffrey in Louisville, Kentucky. Shelley in the middle of the libs in California. Derek is in Sebring, Florida. Carrie's in Texas. Kim is in Missouri. Nanine. Hey, Rusty, I'm Nanine. I've been on here before. I have a great song. Have a great song and a nice evening. Okay, thank you, Nanine. Appreciate it. I don't think I can get everybody. We got a lot of folks here. Marilyn's here. Bonnie's here. Johnny, Mark, Pam, Dean, Gina, Sue, Paula, Chris, Glenda, Marlene, Jan, Cynthia is a major deplorable, and a whole bunch more. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. I want to get on the show. Jackie's in Joplin, Missouri. Susan's in Texas. Sean says, happy Friday the 13th. Sandra is in Sun City, Arizona, which is just down the street from where I am, and want to thank everybody. Okay, so I don't know if you listened the other night, but Laura Loomer, who I got to tell you, is just, her career is exploding right now. Laura Loomer, I met Laura Loomer 2 years ago, and she was James O'Keefe's assistant. And she was nice, but I didn't know her from anybody. And then all of a sudden, this woman is going to Central Park, and she interrupts the play where they're doing the play of what was it again? Julius Caesar, where they put Trump in there and they assassinated Trump. You remember that play, right? And so Laura goes up there and interrupts the play, this woman. And anyway, I noticed this girl on Facebook, and I noticed we were Facebook friends. And so I said, hey, wow, interesting what you did in New York. I'd love to have you on the show. She says, hey, Rusty, it's Laura. And I'm like, do I know you? And yeah, I was working with James O'Keefe. Oh my God, you're that girl? And so she's gone from, oh my God, you're that girl, to a woman that's harassed Hillary Clinton and has really done one of the best jobs of journalism when it comes to the shooting in Las Vegas. Now, it was a few days ago, and she reported it I think, first here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion, maybe second, but that the shooter, and I don't like saying his name, but the shooter was in the hotel in Mandalay Bay 3 days before the police reported it. Now, everybody's going, come on, Laura, where are you getting the information? So she shows a valet parking ticket that has the right date, and still people are ignoring it. Today, the sheriff came out and didn't give Laura Loomer credit, as I don't think, but said, oh, yeah, we were wrong. The shooter was there a lot of days earlier. Interesting. Gail says the video has stopped twice now. Angel says it says, why can't it play the video? I don't know, guys. I haven't, it's working good for me. I'm just going to keep going. And, sometimes, there you go. Sometimes you just have to refresh it and click on it again. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm going to keep going here. Okay. So anyway, so Laura Loomer, I guess, went to the house of the guy. Went to the house of the guy that was supposed to be the hero of the hotel, and now he's been scrubbed. Mandalay Bay security guard Jesus Campos. And let's play the video here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.
Right here?
Be on the sidewalk.
I can be on the sidewalk.
Yeah, but you can't be on the property.
Okay, so we're in front of the house of Jesus Campos. He's the security guard that was supposedly shot the night of the shooting at Mandalay Bay. And if you're paying attention to the press conference that happened the other day, the timeline not only changed, but details surrounding Jesus Campos and his role, in the moments before and after the shooting were released. So, he was originally hailed a hero, and Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, as well as the FBI, said that, Jesus is a hero. He saved so many people from dying, and because of him, so many people are alive. Well, it turns out he's not really a hero, because he was actually shot 6 minutes before the shooting took place, which shows that he could have done more to actually prevent the shooting. He was not shot while the shooting was taking place, which was originally told to the public. So we're gonna see.
I'll tell you one thing. This girl's got guts. She's got guts.
This is the home of Jesus Campos. And are you with the FBI?
No.
Are you with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department?
No.
So you're a private security firm?
Private security?
We are.
Who's paying for the security for Jesus Campos?
It doesn't matter at this point. We're just here to make sure that the family has some peace and quiet.
Peace and quiet, or protection, or
both?
Okay. Who are you protecting Jesus Campos from?
We're just protecting him from anybody that's trying to come in.
Has there been any credible threats of violence towards his life?
Have there been any credible threats of violence towards his life?
You'd have to ask the Metro Police Department on that. I wouldn't have any idea.
Yeah. And I know that the FBI and the Metro Police Department, they said that he's a hero. Why would a hero need protection, especially armed protection?
You'd have to ask them.
Is that his real name? Is Jesus Campos his name, or is it Larry Jesus Campos?
I have no idea.
You don't know?
Well, is he home? Can we speak with him?
Can we speak with him?
No, the family's not having anybody come in.
What about, I know his family's not, but is he having any visitors? Is he willing to speak?
There's nobody coming in on the property.
Why did you cover your badge?
I'm not, just the way I have my hands. Is that
Okay.
right with you?
No, that's of course okay.
Okay.
So you don't work for the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department?
I do not.
What's the firm that you work for?
It's right there on the shirt.
On scene? Okay. There's been a timeline change, of course, concerning the events that happened and when, Jesus Campos was shot. Have there been a lot of media here to, talk to Jesus since the timeline has changed, which shows that he actually was shot 6 minutes prior to the shooting?
No, I wouldn't have any knowledge of that. There's been a lot of media around that, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Is he from Las Vegas, or is he originally
no
from California?
I would have no idea.
No?
Did you recognize the California plates car that was just parked here that immediately pulled away?
The black SUV
I would have no idea.
that drove away?
You'd have no idea, but you're doing, you're providing security services.
I'm just here for when people walk up, try to come on the property. I'm just advising them they're not allowed on the property.
So you're not here on behalf of the LVMPD or the FBI? So somebody is paying for Jesus Campos to have private security?
I would imagine so.
Because you're paid, right? You're getting paid to do this?
Yes.
Okay. And you're based, the firm on scene, is that a private, I guess, armed security firm here in Las Vegas, or are you guys national? National? Or
local.
Local. Okay, so it's a local investigative or security team. Do you guys just do protection, or do you guys do investigative work as well? Like, what is on scene?
We just do high-profile protection.
High profile. Okay, so is Jesus Campos a high-profile individual?
We're just here, like I said, to protect the family, keep everybody off the property, and make
But
sure that
why would he need protection if he is
that's
a hero?
something you'd have to ask Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, the FBI. That's something that, you know...
Are you in contact with the FBI or Las
No,
Vegas
I'm not.
Metropolitan Police? Okay. Do you know if your firm is also providing protection for the residences of Stephen Paddock? I understand that he has a house in Nevada that was just broken into this weekend.
I wouldn't know. I haven't had any knowledge of that.
Okay. So you're not coordinating your security efforts with LV, MPD, or FBI, or any other national intelligence agencies like DHS,
I wouldn't have any
DEA?
knowledge of that.
Okay. Do you know if Jesus Campos has any previous criminal history?
That I wouldn't know either.
Also, another question. There were records from Mandalay Bay's employment profile database called Workday. He's been scrubbed from the system. Is he no longer an employee of Mandalay Bay?
That's something you'd have to ask Mandalay Bay. I wouldn't have any knowledge.
Is Mandalay Bay paying you to provide security for Jesus
I
Campos?
have no idea who's paying our firm.
So how were you contacted to do security for Jesus Campos?
We just have our own system.
But somebody has to provide, a request for security, and
I'm
obviously
sure somebody
pay you.
did, and somebody did that, and that's why we're here.
Have you had any incidents happen here so far?
No, everything's been very peaceful.
But there have been multiple reporters who have come to speak with Jesus Campos?
There's been multiple reporters that come on the street, yes.
Okay. And is he going to be giving interviews anytime soon, or
That I would have no idea. That would be something up to him and the family.
is he going back to the hospital? Because I understand he has a bullet still in his leg that they said hasn't been removed. Do you know? Is he
I wouldn't know anything
recovering
about
here?
his medical condition.
No. Okay. Well, do any of you guys have any questions? We're here in front of Jesus Campos's residence, so if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'm going to take over the phone really quick and look at some of the questions.
Okay, you know what?
Thanks for answering our questions. So,
You could find this video. Oops.
why does he need security? That's what I want to know. Why does he need security?
Yeah.
We're independent media. Yeah. I don't have a card. My name's Laura Loomer, though.
And she's doing a great job, right?
Why-
That's Laura
why-
Loomer, and you can find the rest of that video on her Twitter feed. It's at Laura Loomer on Twitter, and there's about 10 more minutes of video of her answering questions. She's doing a great job out there, and thumbs up for Laura Loomer, huh? See some thumbs up for Laura Loomer, would you please? A little comment. Do you think she's doing a great job? Ann thinks it's a big cover-up. Jackie says, I heard all the computers were scrubbed. James said, did anyone was here about the woman who warned the concert goers that they're all going to die before the shooting? Yes, we've all heard that. She's been questioned, but they just think she's kind of kooky. Jan says there was a tone on my video feed. I don't know if something went through differently, and I'm seeing on my screen too, on my Facebook, it keeps stopping. So just keep refreshing the screen. If it stops for you, I apologize. There's nothing I can do on this end. The video feed was noisy because it seemed like she must have been on a pretty, Campos lives on a pretty busy street. Looks like a real swell house too. James says, yeah, it sounded like there was a plane. It's just a busy street. Jesse says, Laura Loomer rocks. Why the silence? James says, there was a rumor of a girl going down to the concert goers telling they're all going to die. Yeah. Why wasn't the hotel hallway not shot up with 200 bullet holes? Good question. Aileen says, Laura rocks. Mary says, good evening, Rusty, conservative from California. Hi, y'all. Melissa says it was Podesta's son-in-law. She was at the bus station. They're just waiting for us to forget. Maybe we're being watched. Gail says, I've had to reload this video over 5 times already. What about the controversy with the Mandalay Bay CEO? The controversy there is just he supports a lot of liberal causes. And, there are some concerns. My theory here is, and I hope I'm wrong, because people are saying, well, why can't we get the full story? What's going on? Kim thinks Harvey Weinstein is a distraction. Pete says the video's working fine on his phone. Good, I'm glad. My concern is that we're going to find out this guy was a member of some far left-wing group, Antifa-type group, that he believed that what the politicians have been saying, basically, if you voted for Donald Trump, you're a member of the Klan, you are a fascist, you're a Nazi, you should be killed or punched or whatever. That this guy took it too far. Maybe his goal is to try to start a civil war. Don't know. My guess is they are trying to keep this quiet because the last thing our country needs is a civil war. And if conservatives start finding out that liberals are going to concerts and shooting up country music lovers because they're conservatives and voted for Donald Trump, we're going to have a big stinking problem. So I'm very concerned. And that's my guess on why they're kind of trying to keep it quiet. By the way, Tammy Aaron's here. We love Tammy Aaron. Tammy Aaron, the beautiful, talented actress who played Pippi Longstocking back in the day. Tammy, what's your website? It's not TammyAaron.com. It's something else. I forget off the top of my... write it up here, would you, Tammy? We love our Tammy Aaron. Kevin says, yep, he thinks the left is behind it. Nanine says, Laura's a sharp, smart lady. I believe there's more to this story. I believe the shooters with the left, maybe with the Muslim Brotherhood. No, I don't think this guy was the Muslim Brotherhood. I don't. Les says, you're going to find out the hotel owner is going to make millions off the scanners, the full body scanners that the company he's involved in to produce. Well, again, it's not one owner guy. The casino, Mandalay Bay, is owned by Caesars Entertainment. No, they're owned by MGM. I'm sorry. And there's basically 2 major companies that own most of the casinos in Las Vegas. You got your MGM casinos, Mandalay Bay, MGM. I have to look at the list. I don't remember. And then Caesars owns everybody else, it seems like. Not Steve Wynn's properties. But it's going to cost them a lot of money. This is not good for Las Vegas. James wants to know, how did you get all those guns through security? Seems security was very lax for an inside job. Have you ever been to Vegas? If you've never been to the Mandalay Bay, it's really simple. There's security there, but they're not going through your luggage. They may be now. But nobody's going through your luggage. It's a hotel. And if he was there for now 3 extra days, you take guns up in golf bags and pieces in different suitcases and the ammunition, and you get different bellmen to bring it up and you tip them a bunch of money. You can get a lot done in Vegas and in New York and in Los Angeles and in Boston and in Chicago and wherever. You tip a bellman, they'll look the other way. It's kind of the way it is, isn't it? Jam says, I feel like he was souped up on medication. Ann thinks, I think he was hired by the FBI as an arms dealer and it went all bad. This is not an FBI job, guys. Come on. Jackie says, I'm concerned that he didn't act alone and terrorists on the loose. Possibly. Here we go. Hey, all people saying, hey, Tammy. That's Kenneth. Tonya says, hi, Tammy. I loved you on that show. Tammy Aaron, again, the beautiful, talented, sexy, intelligent actress who played Pippi Longstocking, who's awesome. And her website is Tammy Aaron, and Aaron is E-R-I-N, Tammy, T-A-M-I, TammyAaronShop.com. She's got new merchandise, and she's very cool. And she and I are working on a podcast if she'll ever pick up the phone and we ever get the job done. It's my fault. I'm teasing. Shane said, glad they didn't shut up the Garth Brooks show in Atlanta last night. Shane, were you at the Garth Brooks show? I've gone to 2 or 3 Garth Brooks concerts. He is the best showman I've ever seen. He is awesome. Trying to think. Who's the best concert you ever saw? Best performer in concert? I'd have to go off the top of my head. I'd have to say Garth Brooks. George Michael on the Faith Tour was amazing. I saw the Eagles in Dallas. And who else just blew me away? I saw Prince at a real small club. He was good, but I can't say he blew me away, but I remember him, so maybe it did. Tanya lives in Arizona. How you doing? Michael Campos was the second shooter and killed Paddock. That's how all the guns got into the hotel with Campos in as the security. I don't know. Gail says, I'm done now. It does keep loading. I don't know why here on Facebook. And I'm going to keep the show short, but if you would just, all I can tell you to do, keep reloading. If you want to hear the show in its entirety without having to reload, check out the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. That's my podcast, and it's on iTunes and Stitcher and iHeartRadio and Google Play, any place you can get podcasts, and you can listen to it on your phone and in your car. It's very simple. And the podcast, the Rusty Humphries Rebellion, is out there. Jesse says the CEO of Mandalay Bay sold 80% of his stock in the weeks before the Vegas shooting. I have seen that rumor. I don't know that to be true. It could be, but I don't know. Let's see. Everybody say nice things about Tammy. Let's see, Tammy Aaron. Dawn said Reba McEntire was awesome. Mark liked Bruce Springsteen. Springsteen, of course, I know. Kenneth liked the Eagles. Kay said Journey, their light show was great. Who else did I see that had an incredible light show? Oh, I'll tell you another great one. Billy Joel and Elton John, one concert together. That was an awesome show, too. Jan says Garth Brooks and Kenny Rogers. Tanya says, I love Garth Brooks. He freaking rocks. Okay, you want me to tell you, I got 2 Garth Brooks stories. You want me to tell you my Garth Brooks stories real quick? So about 1900, back in the day, 1900 and something, 1990 something, back when Garth Brooks was as popular as he could be. I was a morning DJ, a sidekick with a guy named Kid Craddock, who was a big radio DJ, and Kid Craddock has passed away a couple years ago. But my job for radio stations across the country was I would do parody songs. I'd do funny songs of hit records. And the Dallas Cowboys had played a game, and they just got slaughtered. I don't remember the score. I just remember that Troy Aikman was the quarterback at the time, and he got sacked a whole bunch of times. And so I went into the recording studio and did this song, I got lots of swollen places everywhere I ran. Those guys would chase us, couldn't get away. Anyways, a parody. It was a silly, goofy song. So we play it on the radio, and about, 30 minutes later, every radio station has a secret hotline, and hardly anybody has it. It's it rings usually when you're in trouble. So the hotline rings, and this guy goes, hey, I'm Garth Brooks. Yeah, right. Click. So about 5 minutes later, a guy from the record company calls. It's Columbia Records, as I recall. And he says, hey, Rusty, did somebody who say it was Garth Brooks call you a few minutes ago? I said, yeah, some guy did. He goes, hey, dummy, it's Garth Brooks. Pick up the phone. So and by the way, okay, so he calls back. And he goes, hey, man, I heard that song. That was cool, man. That was cool. And I said, well, thank you. He said, I'm doing a concert tonight in Dallas, and we're filming this to be a special on NBC. Do you want to come down and bring me the song? I'll give you tickets. It's like, am I going to get in trouble for making fun of your song? No, come on down. And so we hung out for like 45 minutes or an hour backstage with Garth Brooks. He couldn't have been any nicer of a guy. So that's one of my Garth Brooks stories. Yeah, Peggy it says, you're not giving me any information I can't read for myself. What about the woman running through the crowd, working, telling everybody she's going to die? That's the real news. Every story that I've heard from that, even Laura Loomer's reporting, everything we've heard is that she was just some crazy lady, that it had nothing to do with the shooting. It was just coincidental, and they kind of have poo-pooed it. I'm not a big conspiracy guy, but there's only so much I can do without the information. But again, everybody, and again, even our good friend Laura Loomer is reporting that just appears to be some kind of a crazy lady. Okay. Peggy says she knew something the crowd didn't. The cover-up, sure. She was crazy. You ask what we know, that's what we know. Donald Trump went to the Value Voter Summit today, gave a little speech. Let's let you hear just a little clip of it here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.
America is a nation of believers, and together we are strengthened and sustained by the power of prayer. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. We are one nation, and we all hurt together. We hope together, and we heal together. We love our families. We love our neighbors. We love our country. Everyone here today is brought together by the same shared and timeless values. We cherish the sacred dignity of every human life. We believe in strong families and safe communities. We honor the dignity of work. We defend our Constitution. We protect religious liberty. We treasure our freedom. We are proud of our history. We support the rule of law and the incredible men and women of law enforcement. We celebrate our heroes, and we salute every American who wears the uniform. We respect our great American flag. And we stand united behind the customs, beliefs, and traditions that define who we are as a nation and as a people.
Okay, President Trump. Earlier today in Washington, D.C. at the Value Voters Summit, we have not had a president speaking out on behalf of family values and Christianity in quite a while. Has he gone too far, you think? Go ahead and comment here if you would. By the way, if you shared the video today, make sure you share the video. Very important that it gets out. Make sure that you check in. We want to see you. My good friend Kelly's here. Kelly, good to see you, brother. Kelly was somebody I went to elementary school all the way through high school, and he was on the show last week because he was at that concert and dodged bullets and made it out alive. And we're so happy that you're okay and that you survived, and I hope you're doing good, my friend. Let's see. Kenneth says, Rusty, I love your brother, but these libs make me want to go get drunk. Jerry wants to know, could Campos be a star witness with a private firm security protecting his existence? For some unknown interests, that may be better than protection by the feds. Before news press coverage is held, I would think the facts should be solid before one makes a comment that later have to be retracted. Something doesn't seem right. No. James says, okay, so if some woman actually said that, I don't think she's crazy. You have a better chance of winning the lottery than going down there and saying you're going to die and later you have the biggest mass shooting. I don't know, I've been around a lot of crazy people. Crazy people like to be crazy. They talk. But again, I don't know. Tanya says, I have drank beer with B.B. King and Three Dog Night. B.B. King was very nice. Rest in peace, B.B. King. Three Dog Night was the first concert I ever went to. I was 4 years old. I remember two things. The drummer was a big black guy, and he was really sweaty. Actually, 3 things. My dad put me up on his shoulders, and I got to watch the concert from my dad's shoulders, and it was really smoky in there, and the smoke smelled really funny. It was like 1969. I wonder why the smoke smelled so funny, and there was so much of it there. Maybe that's one of the reasons why, I went to rock concerts so early. Maybe that's one of the reasons why my ears get full of wax, because it's got to protect my ears from these headphones and loud noises and loud music. And so about twice a year, I've got to go and get my ears cleaned out. And it's embarrassing. It's often it's expensive. Until now, Wax RX. That's right. Wax RX is here. It's the same ear washer purchased by doctors and clinics. It is effective ear wash removal. Here's what it is. It's a kit, and basically has all the tools that you need so you can clean your ears at home with a system just like the doctors use. This box has 3 complete uses, and it is very effective. I know because I had to use it the other night, and it did what it said it was going to do. It saved me hundreds of dollars and a lot of trouble, and it just worked. And I'm so glad I have this just in the home in case I've got another ear wax emergency. So how do you get it? You go to waxrx.com, waxrx.com, and when it asks you for a code, use my name, Rusty. Just let them know. Rusty. Waxrx.com. Please check them out if you would, please. Kenneth loves the president. Bill says no. President Trump did not go too far in talking about religion. Tanya, let's see. As far as the NFL boycott, let's boycott them totally. Oh, Kelly is here. He said he's getting therapy and it's working. I'm glad you're doing okay. I'll tell you, we talked to him on the phone and then on the show, and I'll never forget. And again, Kelly, I'm glad you're here. I just never forget how utterly speechless at one point you were. And it was just, I don't know why I'm alive. I don't know why I made it. I feel guilty about being here and the other people, and it was just heartbreaking. And I'm glad you're getting therapy, and I'm glad you're doing well. You're a good man. Let's talk about somebody who's not quite as good of a person. Never let a crisis go to waste. Isn't that one of the great things that the fabulous mayor of Chicago, Rahm Emanuel, said? Although he seems to have forgotten about the crisis in his own city, where we have more people getting murdered in Chicago than we have in our military fighting wars right now. But we're going to ignore that. Congresswoman blasting President Trump's Puerto Rico tweets. And it's going viral, and I want you to see it here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.
To kick fellow citizens when they are down is shameful. I'm the only member who is a Puerto Rican American citizen who sits in this committee. So since I don't have the President Trump in front of me, I just would like for you to let him know how shameful all the tweets that he put out this morning.
Up yours.
How offended and insulted I am as an American citizen. And I would like to suggest that the president get some history lessons regarding the Puerto Rican relationship with the United States. In 1898, American troops invaded Puerto Rico. American troops took over Puerto Rico. So Puerto Ricans didn't invite the United States Armed Forces. It was invaded. With that invasion comes responsibility.
Can I stop?
In 1917,
hold on a second, honey, and we'll get back to you in just a second. This is a United States Congresswoman, and she's and she's yelling at Ben Carson because he's in the cabinet, he's doing HUD, and she's basically sitting here, we were invaded by the United States of America, and wah, wah, wah. If you don't like it, why are you a friggin' congresswoman? What the hell are you doing representing the American people? Who the hell are you, lady? Are you stinking kidding me? Yeah, never let a crisis go to waste. Is that right, Democrats? We found out that mayor of San Juan didn't show up to the meetings. How'd she get T-shirts printed? How'd she get hats printed? This was all a stunt. They saw people suffering in Puerto Rico, and instead of getting together and working to stop the problems, they wanted to go after Trump just for political points. Shame on you, shame on you, shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. I'll play a little bit more of this hack, though. What an idiot. What a maroon. What a moron. What a dunce. What a dummy. Let's continue.
Comes responsibility. In 1917, American citizenship was imposed on Puerto Ricans, timely so that they could join the armed forces and fight in World War I. So, those tweets are unprecedented. The most basic fundamental responsibility of the President of the United States, the President of the most powerful country in the world, is to show up and make and provide the assistance and the relief that American citizens need.
I'm sorry, that's not the number one job of a president. See, these Democrats don't understand what our country's about. To them, it's about the government is supposed to give and give and give and give and do what they want. It can never be offensive ever. And they get to take. The number one job of the federal government, according to this little document, I'm not sure if you've heard of it. It's called, what's it called again? Oh, yeah, the Constitution of the United States. The number one job of the federal government is to provide for the common defense. Now, it's wonderful that we are the richest, most generous nation in the world and that we help our fellow countrymen. And yes, Puerto Ricans are fellow countrymen. The problem with this hack, this chick, I can't believe she's a congresswoman. I can't believe it. The problem here, again, is she's doing this for political points. She's not angry. She knows the federal government did everything they could do, and she knows that President Trump did everything he could do. It's not like Puerto Rico was this shining example of what you were supposed to have for infrastructure. They've had problems for a long time. Why didn't the great Obama fix them 8 years ago? And then you can blame Republicans again. Bush, he should have done something, and Clinton should have done something before that. So it's all Trump's fault. The guy's been in office since January. You guys haven't let up on him for a friggin' day. Anyway, let's play a little bit more of this hack, and then I'll be done with her. Just a little bit more.
They don't need this type of insult. And by the way, why is it that he doesn't put the same tweets when it comes to Texas or Florida?
Because they're not acting like jerks like you. Okay, is that it? I don't know. I guess I just want to go ask, who the hell do you think you are, lady? You're a congresswoman? That was one of the least literate, the most illiterate comment I've ever seen a congressperson say. And that's, you know what? It's right up there with, oh gosh, what's the guy's name from Georgia? I'm blanking on his name. But the guy that said, gosh, why am I blanking on his name? I'm sorry. But the guy said, yeah, well, we've got too many people on the island of Guam. And he was talking to a general. And General, isn't it true that if there's any more people come on the island of Guam, that island is going to tip over? Isn't that true? And you could tell the general's thinking to himself, this is the dumbest human being I've ever seen. Congress, no, that's not true. You mean it's not true that island's going to flip over if there's more people on there? It's not true? Yeah, no, it's not true. Donald's from Michigan. Thank you, Donald. Ken's checking in. Jerry wants to know if we could send some Wax RX to the Senate. That'd be a good idea. Braden says, I know a guy who was supposed to go to the concert but couldn't get the time off. Funny thing, he's a cop. Oh, my goodness. Linda says, oh, dear, I must be really old. I saw all the great bands in Denver. Three Dog Night, Iron Butterfly, etc. in a 3-day concert. The time of the streakers. Veterans are boycotting the NFL, says Mark. Me too. Tanya says, happy to hear that Kelly is good. Kelly just sent a message here. Kelly, again, my friend from high school, elementary school, was at the concert. Says, you're a good man, Rusty Humphries. You allowed me to share my story, and your show is very helpful. Thanks to all your followers and their warm wishes. Again, my honor. Thank you. Jason says that Congresswoman has her head so far up her arse, she couldn't even dress as a liberal for Halloween. Democrats are as fake as the news. Jesse says, I got friends in Puerto Rico. They tell me that their government was not helping. I've got no reason not to believe him. Luna says, Rusty, I'm from the young generation, and I like how you bring thinking into view. And hello from Ohio. Thank you, Luna. I appreciate it. You know, the idea of my show here is I come on for about 45 minutes to an hour every day. 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West. By the way, not next week, but the week after, I'm going to Romania. I'm going to be in Romania on Halloween. I'm going to be right by Transylvania. I don't know if we're going to get to Transylvania for Halloween, but maybe. Anyway, so I'm going to try to do the show. I have no idea what time is it. Hold on, let me check. I don't know what time it is in Romania, like right now. So am I going to have to get up in the middle of the night? Hold on, let's find out. I was going to check. Ooh. Maybe I won't be doing the show from Romania. Ooh. So the city I'm going to be is in Bucharest. Right now it's 9:47 East, 6:47 in the West, and in Bucharest, 4:47 a.m. Hey, Rusty, you want to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and do the show? I may miss a day or two. We'll see. Could be fun, though. All right, anything else I want to get out there really fast? Let's see here. Hillary's back in the news. You want to watch 1 second of Hillary? Just watch her make a fool of herself. Nothing's more fun than watching Hillary make a fool of herself, is there? Nothing. And I hear Bill and Hillary aren't talking. That Bill did not like the book that she wrote. That he thinks it made him look bad and her look bad. And he threw the book or the manuscript of the book away, and they're still fighting. What a shock. You mean to tell me that Bill and Hillary Clinton aren't in cloud nine of their lives together? You mean they're not just one big happy couple? What a shock. Here's Hillary.
Harvey Weinstein. Friend of yours, right? He gave lots of money to your campaign over time.
Not a lot, but he gave money. Oh, I don't know, $12,000, $16,000, something like that.
Have you given it back or given it to charity?
We're going to.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to, absolutely.
Surely you can just write a check and give the money back, can't you?
Well, it has to come out of our campaign funds.
Right.
So
how about out of your pocket, lady?
But it will be done. And but that's not the issue. The issue really is how terrible his behavior was. And finally, women have come forward to speak out about it, which they hadn't before, for all the reasons that they relate.
You are a beacon of feminism. You talk for women's rights. You knew Harvey Weinstein well. At what stage, and you must have known the rumors about him.
No, I did not. I did not know.
I know nothing.
Not specific cases, but
well,
everyone knew that Harvey Weinstein, apparently, in his circle, was a little bit,
Well, all I can tell you is that I did not hear those things.
No.
Look, we just elected a person who admitted sexual assault to the presidency. So there's a lot of other issues that are swirling around these kinds of behaviors.
Can I stop this psychopath? Her husband has been accused of 8 rapes that I know of. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 rapes. Her husband. Donald Trump, 15 years ago, in a bus with a hidden microphone, trying to be cool, admitted to grabbing women's coochies. Now, was that a good thing? No. No one said he's raped them. Harvey Weinstein? Rape. Bill Clinton? Rape. You got her best buddy's fake husband, Anthony Weiner. I mean, these people are sick. They're sick. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of the sex thing, but what she's trying to suggest is it's just silly. You know, you don't have the sex thing with somebody that doesn't want you to have it with them. It's pretty easy to figure out. Kenneth thinks her voice is diarrhea. Yeah. Connie says she never knows anything. I know. How about a president that ain't know nothing? That's what we wanted. Thank God she's gone. But let's just, again, we are not laughing with her. We are laughing at her. So let's enjoy Hillary Clinton just for a few more seconds.
Need to be addressed. And I think it's important that we stay focused and shine a bright spotlight and try to get people to understand how damaging this is. And the women coming forward is the only way that story will be told.
Interesting how she didn't care about when other women came forward. Matter of fact, it was her that attacked them. She was in charge of the bimbo eruptions, as you recall. So, yap. Hillary lie, Hillary lies, Hillary lie. Yap. You want to know something that's not a lie? Can I tell you something that's not a lie? If you are a seasoned citizen, your skin just isn't as fresh as it used to be. It doesn't create as many oils as it used to. It's maybe dry and itchy. And it gets frustrating, I'm sure. Now, thank goodness I'm not there yet, but my parents are. And I suggested this to them, and I suggest it to you. Dermatologists recommended DerMend products. DerMend, and this particular one, is the moisturizing anti-itch lotion. It is specially formulated for itchy, mature skin with moisturizers, skin conditioning agents, and Promoxine HCI to relieve itch and irritation. It's available at Walmart, Walgreens, other great retailers. It is an excellent product. Does what it says it's going to do. You want to find out more, go to DerMend.com. It's DerMend.com, or, again, Walmart, Walgreens, or other great retailers. William wants to know, Rusty, why are these people trying to hurt our country? Barack Obama said it best. We are going to fundamentally change America. I mean, just like that woman we heard, that Congress wench from Puerto Rico. It's all America's fault. America did these horrible things and they invaded her country, or America invaded Mexico, or America invaded slavery, or whatever it is. It's America's fault. And so because of that, America needs to be punished and her citizens need to be punished. Unless, of course, you're a minority, and the minority is, of course, who they define. Jan says, by the way, DerMend is awesome, great for folks with psoriasis. Yes, Jan, I'm glad you love it. One more thing I want to tell you about. And that is, as you know, Halloween's coming up. The holiday season's coming up. And you're probably going, what am I going to do? I mean, if you've got kids or grandkids, there is a really fun website I would encourage you to go to. And it's called thetoymaker.com. Thetoymaker.com. And what it is, it's a website, as you can see. And this website has paper toys and holiday projects. And look at all these Halloween, Thanksgiving, birthdays, gifts, surprise, New Year's, Chanukah. Yes, I know it's Hanukkah. I mean, 4th of July, whatever it is. Different holidays. They've got a newsletter. Anyway, and there's a great book called The Toy Maker's Mysterious Math Carnival. I've got a copy of it here. And what it is downloadable PDF files that you can print and color and cut, and copy. And this one helps kids with math. Other ones are just fun arts and crafts products. Again, you can do it right online. Go to thetoymaker.com. Marilyn Scott Waters is the artist and the creator of this great website. And I can't tell you how much fun this is for kids. Go check it out and sign up for her email list, would you? She's not going to sell it, but a great way for you to see what's new and just kind of get involved. And again, we're asking you to please help support our great sponsors, thetoymaker.com and DerMend and WaxRx and Zona Plus and everybody else, because this is how I feed the family and they support us. And so I ask you to support them. Okay. That's about it. It's Friday. Unless you're watching a replay of this or listening to the podcast, and then it's maybe a different day than Friday. But I'm done. It's been a long week. I hope you have a great weekend. If you would please check out my podcast, The Rusty Humphries Rebellion. It's at iTunes and Stitcher and iHeartRadio. Also, you can check out Blunt Force Truth in those same places. It's another great podcast hosted by Chuck Woolery and his great friend, Mark Young. Very, very smart, intelligent podcast. And a podcast, all it is, if you don't know what it is, it's just talk radio, but you can listen to it anytime you want on your iPhone, your Android, or on your computer. I'll teach you how to do it again some other time. But go check out those shows. Check out my podcast as well. I want to thank you very much. May God bless you. May God bless America. Thank you for spending time with me tonight. And we'll see you next time. Oh, and thank you, Right Wing News. We love you guys, too. And I've got another great thing coming up as well, and I'll tell you about that coming up a little bit as well. May God bless you, and may God bless America. My name is Rusty Humphries, and this is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.